Good morning, traders. Welcome to the Bookmap All Markets webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap. We'll be going through live order flow analysis. Good morning, traders. Welcome to the our goal here is to understand the participants in the auction process to give us an edge. We can do that via order flow. The only way that participants can interact in the markets is via their orders, and that's why order flow can give you that edge. Anyway, let's see a few things before I get into the process here and what's going on in the bigger picture. Let's go to bookmap.com, and you may or may not be aware of the sale that is going on. So it's actually 3 different sales that are going on. Let's just click on see the events or the deals here. We have a Black Friday deal here, November 28th to December 1st. So to the end of the month, you have this deal. It's 50% off of Global Plus for the quarter, so 3 months of it. It also will include 50% off of data. Okay, you may or may not need data for it. If you do, get 50% off. Get up and running here very quickly. This is a great deal because it gives you this great discount for a longer period of time for you to evaluate Bookmap if you like it or not. Now, if you want a shorter time, then you can go with this deal here with the Cyber Monday deal. And at 60% off Global Plus monthly, okay, just for the first month. And then also the data as well for 1 month. Okay, that's also a great deal for trying Bookmap, kicking the tires, seeing if you like it. Now, highly requested was this add-ons deal last year. A lot of traders already have Bookmap Global Plus, and they don't need Bookmap, but what they need instead or curious about is trying the add-ons like the MBO bundle, the stops and icebergs, or the market pulse, or others. So if you're interested in that, then go with this deal here. It's 50% off the add-ons, any of the add-ons except data. Okay, this is good for another 16 days. So give it a shot and click on see the deal here. Right, there's one more New Year's deal coming out, but this is on January 26th. So if you're interested in that, well, you need to wait 10 days here for it. Okay. Also, the Bookmap Blue Jacket competition is going on. If you're interested in participating in this, you can win 3 months of Bookmap Global Plus with some data as well. You already have to have Bookmap, and you'll create some content here. As you can see, others creating content in here and uploading it into their social media feeds. So X, LinkedIn, as well as Instagram, it works with. Okay, and you have to put in the hashtag free blue jacket in order for it to load into our gallery here. All right, that's how it works. Okay, let's see what else. Let's go back to the presentation, and then we'll jump into the live markets. This is the process we use in the Bookmap Academy, and this is what we're going to go through right now. Journaling to build your playbook. We're going to look at the live market, but we're going to look at these 4 elements here. Number 1, what's moving the market? What's the impetus here? This is key. Then we're going to look at key levels on our higher time frame. Then we're going to go through scenarios around our key levels. So for example, if we get a move to the upside, are you bearish, and are you willing to have a kind of a responsive trade back into the mean, or maybe to the other side of the range, depending on your impetus and your outlook on the markets. And that's how you're developing your strategies and scenarios. Now, finally, when you make that decision, you're going to look for your setup. Okay, what kind of setup? Might be reversal setup. It might be a fade. It might be a quick move back. What kind of setup are you going to use? You should know your setup. You should know your checklist. Grade it. Determine how much risk you want to put on, and wait for the order flow to give you the nod here to execute and manage your trade. That's the way to go, and this is the process we use for the Bookmap Academy as well as for Bruce's pilot program. This is a little different than the Academy we are building an edge here. So if you're interested in this, basically it evolved out of the Bookmap Academy, where I had seen so many traders that they just don't have an edge. They know setups, but they don't know if it works for them, and they trade it, but then they give up on it because oh, maybe they had a few losses on it or something. So it's a pity, because having an edge is the cornerstone of trading. If you don't have an edge, you should not be trading. A lot of traders don't know if they have an edge, and they don't know how to build one. This program will help you. Okay, so I'll put the link into the chat if you're interested. And then let's get into the disclosures and the live market. General disclosure: all Bookmap Limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendation. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's jump in. We're looking at the S&P E-mini here. Let me check in over here on YouTube and Discord. How are we doing? Are there any questions to begin with? All right, so hold on a minute. Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Alois, Trading is Life. Dan, Stephen. All right. Well, let's take a look here. All right, let's talk about the impetus, what's moving these markets. It's no different than it was on Friday. Okay, so we're seeing a lot of people thinking, investors, traders thinking that tech is overblown. And that it's overvalued. People are taking their profits, reevaluating or redistributing funds in their portfolios, etc. Okay, so we have a lot of data coming out this week as well. CPI, retail sales, some FOMC data as well. So a lot of things that are going to affect the market. Right, so we don't know what that data is yet. So clearly, we're going to have some volatility this week. Anyway, so that's kind of the bigger picture in general. There is more to it than that. We're starting to see some interesting things in copper starting to get a bit of a bounce. So I brought it up here, and this is a good sign, actually. Typically the way that it works is in the process is you need raw materials to build. If copper orders go up and the price of copper goes up, it means that purchasing managers are interested in purchasing for production, and they're buying the raw materials. The next wave would be the manufacturing, and then we should see stocks also rise as well. Anyway, this is always a good indicator here for the future bullishness if we see this. Now, also interest rate products as well, but anyway, and the dollar and the euro dollar basically. But anyway, it's kind of confusing to me, to be honest, that we're seeing a pullback in tech, but we're seeing prices go up. So I don't know. Is this maybe a dip and purchasing managers are buying more? So that's a possible scenario. Anyway, what we do know is let's look at the bigger picture here, and look in Bookmap here. This is a version where I can zoom out for several years actually, and look at it, and you can see these are the weekend pauses in here, or there's lack of data here. So we can see beginning of the week here, we had a move up and we've just filled the gap here, and we saw the move down here on Friday. Saw that quite nicely actually on Friday, that move down during this webinar, and then now we're getting our gap fill here. Okay, so now the big question is are we going to see these lows explored here? We never got down to 6,800, but it's looking pretty good right now. Let's zoom in here a little bit closer. Yeah, I mean, look at the cash open here and a lot of selling right off the bat. Okay, so that would be one of our scenarios in here. Okay, so we already had a small pullback here, and then we're seeing a revisit right down to the lows. Okay, guys, look at this pullback in here. I mean, you know, you can't make this stuff up. This is a part of the actually a setup in the pilot program, which I need to define a little bit better for you guys. The low volume pullback in here, there's a beauty right here, just a beauty. Okay, there's also, it's not really a low volume pullback in here because you see a lot of buying, but this one selling, here's our sell, here's our pullback. We broke to the lows here on selling. We are trending down. Okay, we're looking for a pullback. Look at the volume in here on the buy side, and look at the selling coming in again, and you're looking for the continuation in here. So I don't know if any of you guys got that, but it's a beauty. These are great. It's a great setup for momentum trading. All right. Anyway, here comes our sellers again. Yeah, I mean, I'm still looking for this to continue lower until otherwise. I'm a little hesitant or cautious because of the time of day. Okay, this is where we see after the initial kind of opening drive, we get a lot of chop. We get kind of these pullbacks. It looks like a reversal, and then you know, ends up following through to the downside. Okay, so far so good. I'm looking for this to continue, and I would look for, again, I would look for pullbacks and then continuation move to the downside. Now that said, I am also I would be watching this very closely to see if we get some sort of reversal that happens, clears everybody out, and then rolls over later to come back down to the downside. So it would be a tight stop or management on that. If this does not work, then I would get out. All right, so just not worth the pain that it would cost to come back up into some of these areas up in here. Okay, so be careful because this is exactly the time of day. This is exactly the kind of trap that I'm talking about right here. Okay, now let's see if we get buyers coming in up here. Okay, at around this 26 area, and then, you know, really kind of, you know, squeeze traders here. You know, coming back up into 30 would be a beautiful place. You can see the swings up here. There's going to be a lot of stops up here, and it might be able to climb higher up into 40. Anyway, be careful and watch that carefully. All right. Let's see, repeat. Good morning, Robert. Copper trades its spreads with gold. Highest ratio. Silver has reached its gold mining cost. Okay. Well, I don't know. I haven't really looked into it in too much depth, but all I know is it definitely front runs, and I would be looking for it. If I mean, that's kind of a bullish thing to see, but stock indexes are still selling off here. Okay. Good morning, Laura. All right. Okay, Alois, I see. How long does it take to accept to the pilot program? Yeah, just ask us, Zen Trader, and in the help support area, we'll double check on your license, make sure that you have Bookmap Global or Global Plus, and then we can give you the role. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. The offer is pretty stacked here. Okay. Let's see if we can get more sellers here, and I don't see anyone right now. So I do like seeing a stacked book like this though, but let's see if we get some sellers now. And I'm not seeing anyone. What's the best setups you look for the upside in this situation? I would look for some sort of trap in here, basically. Gavin is asking about this. Like, what we look for, and this is actually part of the pilot program as well, is look at the accumulation here passively. Okay, so we want to see that on the bid. Okay, so a lot of people taking profit or entering in here long, and then we want to see some structure break. Okay, so this would be a reversal, right? And I would look for some sort of structural break here, which could be horizontal line here, maybe at 26, right? These swings here, or it could be diagonally, and we can look at a something like this or something like this. Okay, you can see it's respecting this trend line so far. This little bit more minor trend line here. Now, what we just had here is beautiful. This is a stop run. Okay, here it is here. And look at the icebergs on the other side as well. Now this is now we're seeing a retest back up here. Okay, so this is actually it's a setup I have not articulated in the pilot program or the academy, Gavin, but this is a beauty when you're looking for this passive accumulation stop run here, which you can see here, the red line, and look at this book sweep here. Okay, a lot of stops being hit, and this iceberg indicator here is showing a lot of absorption by larger players that are purchasing, okay, with hidden orders. They're not in the order book. And now we're testing this structure, and let's see if we see some buying in here, but we got to see a lot more than that. Okay, and I'm looking for them right now. Okay, so I'm looking for big green dots, and I don't see it. I don't see it yet. It's looking better though. It's starting to shape. Okay, starting to shape up a little bit, but I need to see more than that. Okay, and then if we can look for a breakout and see how it's kind of bouncing around the structure here. Okay, it's back and forth around the structure. We need to see it break the structure, and we need to see high volume by the aggressors here. Okay, meaning market buy orders. Okay, green dots, and we can see it's picking up. It's looking good, but we need to see more than that. These are the ones that move the market. Now, the setup is this: accumulation on the bid, beautiful stop run. And then buyers come in and then start to accumulate here, but they haven't really quite broken the structure. Okay, so we need to see that structure broken, and we need to see it done with the buyers here. Okay, the green dots. So that would keep us out. Everything else is looking pretty good up to structure and aggressive accumulation. All right. And that would be the setup. Yeah, Alois, I agree. This kind of thing right in here, sweep of the order book, absorption by larger players and icebergs, can be a real nice indicator for a turning point. Okay. Now, again, guys, as you can see, we came back down and revisited here, but it is starting to bounce here. Okay. The market's testing this area and was looking for more sellers. Okay? And it's not quite finding them yet. It bounced back up. Okay? Now, the question is, are we going to find more buyers willing to take it above this kind of 27 level here? Somewhere around here, between 25 and 27. and we don't have the clarity on it yet. All right. So it's quite a bit of liquidity up here on the offer, pretty stacked between 32 and 36. Also here at 40, that swing we mentioned earlier. There's also quite a bit down below here at 15 and down here at 02 and 6,800. Okay, well, still finding more sellers. All right, I'm going to jump back and let's take a look at some candles and kind of get our bigger picture footing again. Okay, so here's the daily here on the left-hand side for the S&P E-mini. This was the move on Friday that we saw, this big move to the downside. And then we saw the gap up today. And here's the hourly here. Here's the gap up. And then here's the move down. Here's the 15-minute, and that move down filled the gap here and continued to go lower. Okay, so now basically on this 15-minute, hour, and daily, I'm looking for the move down into 05 or the figure here. Okay, that's what it looks like to me, and to go with that move. Okay, there's a lot of momentum here to the downside. Okay, the gap fill here, I don't even know. It doesn't even look like we got a bounce on the 15-minute chart. It just kind of went right through it. Okay, but this is where we found buyers on Friday down here around this kind of, well, at the swing 05 to about 10 or 11, and that's exactly where we are right now. Okay, so are we going to find buyers here? Let's do it. Let's jump back to Bookmap. Okay. Well, yeah, clearly still the structure is to the downside, but just not seeing the kind of volume that we saw earlier on that downside move. Okay, so I'm still pretty hesitant here. Now that said, let's just zoom in a little bit more, and we can go over some other things. And Laura, it was Laura and Shark and some others, or maybe Robert, you guys were talking about, or you all were talking about the trendline break accumulation pattern not showing. Well, we can zoom into other time frames and look for it. Okay, the same idea, but we're just not going to be looking at like a major key level. We'll look at maybe a much smaller time frame key level, and you know, we can demo that time and again. I mean, here you can kind of see it right now. Okay, here we are at the lows. Here's accumulation. We would look for a trend line break would be something like this here, structure here, and then you can see the move back up. But this is where you'd be taking your profit, okay? Because you're not looking for a big move. We kind of went over it on Friday a bit. No, yeah, we did on Friday afternoon. We saw something and we did not have the key level. So we're looking for a smaller move and just taking some profit out of it. Okay, so that's something to consider. Yeah, the passive levels. Well, Robert, the passive levels, we want to see that accumulation, right? And we want to see reaction. Okay, so here, traded into it, still went down lower, traded into it, and then now we're seeing a reaction. Okay, now we're breaking structure. Now we're coming back and testing the top of the structure, and we see again more buyers coming in. Take it up to this level up in here, and you're out. Right now, that's a counter trend trade, but it's a minor reversal on a small time frame, basically. Right. So yeah, you can look for those things, but better yet would be to look for the low volume pullback in here, and then the sellers to come back in. Okay. I'm not seeing it here on the low volume pullback yet either, though. Okay? Not yet. I'm looking for a really clear, crystal clear one, and then getting in and taking it to the downside. Right. This is more back and forth, in my opinion. I see the bars, I see the dots, the colors, the size and the shape of them. Right. And it's just chop. I mean, you guys have heard it a million times. Like, this is for those analogies of, and Laura, this is what I was mentioning to you. This is where these analogies of that sniper, that hunter, you have to sit and wait. You have to wait for the good one. Another analogy, like, the lion or the cheetah is waiting and watching, and it will only go after the easy prey. Okay, why go after the group? Instead, target the easy one. And we're doing basically the same thing here. Okay, if we don't see it, I'm just staying out of it. Yeah, that is true. We have the rollover approaching here, so that's gonna cause some problems too. Alois, that's a really good point. I forgot to mention the rollover, as well as the data coming out. That together is going to be pretty tricky. Rollover the third Friday. So that is exactly it here. So we will probably see the rollover to the next contract, the H contract. Oh, I don't know, probably tomorrow. Let's take a quick look here. And just look up the contract spec for the ES. See, they're already saying it's at the H contract here. They always do that. Boy, yeah. I mean, this is total volume here, but it's Alois, like you were looking at the quotes, and we're trying to look at the volume in here. Yeah, the volume has rolled over. Should be looking at the H contract. Yep. Let's do it. All right, 2026. Here we come. And what's the price here? 80. And what's the price here? 23. Okay. Yeah, you can see the algo in here is pretty prevalent in here. I'd have to open up the TraderMap Pro or TraderMap Lite here for the ES. TraderMap Lite is free. TraderMap Pro, here we'll just have to add it here. I'm going to get rid of this one. Both of them. Okay. Now TraderMap Pro is it has this algo that has a little more flexibility for the bot. Just add it here. There's the bot remover. But there's a big difference here. This bot remover will work on all instruments that have the MBO data. Okay, whereas the TraderMap Lite only works, I think, with the Russell, the ES, and the NQ. Okay, and then you don't have the slider in here as well. Let's just use the slider here, and we'll press play, and then here it is here. Okay, so in fact, let's get rid of the strength indicator. And there we go. And get rid of it here as well. All right. That kind of cleaned it up. I can probably slide it a little bit more to the right. Let's go back. All right, guys. Yeah, as you can see, like we came back down into some of these lows in here and found some buyers. Not a whole lot yet, but some. I'm going to jump back to this H contract, the TraderMap Pro. All right, now look at the passive accumulation in here. Okay? And now this is a much smaller time frame, but this is looking good. Okay, so we have our trend line break already, and on a smaller time frame, and then let's see if we can get more aggressive accumulation here. Okay? And it's the swing in here, or maybe this level here is the pullback, that we're looking at here, right? And this is where those buyers came in and moved it above there, right? So that's where we're kind of the level here. Now the level is not the greatest, right? But look at the accumulation in here. Okay, so this is what we were just speculating would happen. So Laura, I'm hoping this makes sense to you, and others, also Shark and Robert. The key levels in here, yeah, they are very important, no doubt. But you can look at other key levels that are minor on smaller time frames. I don't want to confuse you guys with this, but the concepts are the same. Okay, and then this is playing out beautifully here right now. Okay, and again, I would be taking my profit. Okay, this is actually some pretty nice buying in here, but this is a minor level, right? What are you looking for in terms of your minor level? This is why in the video, and I'll show you guys the video where you can find it if you have any interest. I'm looking for a measured move here of it. Okay, and if I just select that, there we go. So this measured move is perfect. I'd be taking my profit up here. All right. I don't know. I'm still I still hold on to that measured move. There's reasons for it, like I'd mentioned in the videos, but it's also a good guide for me. What are my expectations in the setup, and you know, how much am I looking for from it? Okay, we never know. I mean, heck, you know, there could have been maybe after this measured move in here, we get another leg out of this, and a whole bunch of aggressors come in here and move this much higher. Okay, we don't know, right? But it did a measured move. This is the setup. This is where to take some profit and take some off. Okay, also align that measured move with some of the swings and high liquidity. Okay, is a good practice. I'm going to use Shark's idea here. And Shark, I'm not going to go all the way up here like this, but which I love. I loved hearing from you. But anyway, we'll definitely take it a lot higher here. It's great. I love seeing the delta bars here and combining that with the delta dots. Okay, so those of you who are new to Bookmap, what am I talking about? Let's just go to the settings here for volume dots here, and the volume dots here, you can see my settings: 3D bubbles, volume delta, buy minus sell. Okay, so it's not true volume. It's not total volume here. You can look at total volume if you want, right? And you get all the volume, but we're doing buy minus sell. So it gives us a better idea of like who's in control in areas and momentum, right? So we've got that, and then I'm using the smart clustering in here. These are basically here. If I just hit reset or restore, these are the default settings, and that's what I'm using right now. Let's go to the bars though, or we can inherit from the bars as well, or let's just go to the volume bars down here, and then we can inherit this from the dots. Okay, so just click inherit here, but again, I'm looking at volume delta here, delta bars, buy minus sell. Okay, and it's going to inherit the clustering in here. So as you can see now, it just inherited the smart clustering in the bars. Okay, before it was on none. Okay, so this is the setting I like, and like to have these match. Okay, so look at the aggressors in here. It looks pretty good. Yeah, repeat. I know you're more of a volume or market profile trader. Yeah, we can add in a column in here, and we can look at the CVP chart range volume profile, and look for some low volume nodes, and also combine that with the session range volume profile as well. Okay, I'm going to clear my lines here. Start afresh. Okay. All right, let's see. Do we get more aggressors in here? This could be a really nice kind of reversal or breakout here. I would be very careful here on this one. I am personally, because like we see this kind of shoulder, double bottom or double head, and then shoulders again in here, and aggressors. It looks like it wants to reverse. And we during this time of day in the US session here, this is what we see happen all the time. Like we get the move, okay, but we only get the move up into maybe this 90 level. Maybe we get a reversal, maybe. But a lot of times what we get is a false breakout, and then we get another leg here, tries to break out again, and it fails, and then we get the move and the bigger continuation move to the downside. Okay, because that's where we came from here. The momentum move is to the downside. Right now, here come the buyers here, and we are getting our breakout now. Okay, so I would look for, again, this is an impulse move. I would be taking some profit up here around 90. It's very nice volume. Okay, but also high liquidity all the way up through here. And there it is. It just traded. Okay. Any questions? Good morning, Richard. Okay, how do you set Bookmap to the next expiry? Sure. Just open up a new tab and input the symbol. Okay, so Richard just hit the plus tab. Wherever you're getting your book, if you're getting Bookmap data or Rhythmic or whatever, then you'll use futures, CME, and then in here type ESH6. Okay, same for NASDAQ, but NQH6, and same for Russell, RTYH6. Okay, right now the continuous contract, I'm pretty sure, is going to default to the Z5 contract. Okay, and then I opened up TraderMap Pro, or you can open up TraderMap Lite, Richard, and that's what I'm looking at here. Okay, the reason being is look at the algo. And this algo is going to be more prevalent during rollover here as well. Okay, so guys, be aware of that. Alois, sorry to after you just but Alois added in a nice detail. Inherit your chart settings from an older symbol. I can demo that in here. Now, if you come from the ESZ chart over here and you open up a new symbol, it should replicate the one you came from, the setup in here. Okay, so for example, let's just test it out. I'll use a notes column in here. Okay, let's put in a custom notes column here. Right, and then let's click on the plus tab, and we'll open up the NQ here. NQH6. Okay, now it should open up. Let's see. No, it didn't. Okay. Okay, so now see so it didn't do it. Usually that's what it does. Anyway, what Alois is saying is right click in here, or you can right click up here. I think you can also go under settings in here, and you will select, see what is here, chart settings. Yeah. Okay. And I thought chart setting was also under. Okay, it's not. So you're going to have to right click in here. Okay, so just right click in the chart or right click in here, and then go under chart settings here, inherit chart settings from, and then I'm going to go with the H contract here from my ES, and it will apply it to my NQ chart here. It should. Let's try that again. Chart settings, inherit chart settings from. Well, let me just double check. Which one do I have? Okay, so I got the custom notes there. All right, so on the Z contract. All right, so maybe I didn't select the right one. Inherit chart settings from the Z contract, ES here. There we go. I need to select it from that one. And then here you can see the custom notes column here. Okay, that's how you do it. Let's see, Robert, can you measure the value of the delta bars? How do you know if we're looking at higher bars on the chart? Well, the numerical value in here, the way it works, Robert, there is a numerical value here. Okay, see this 60 here? Because what we're doing in here, and this is the way it's always been, is 60 gives you kind of a reference point. This is 60 contracts here because it's the NQ. And it's for this viewable range in here, and this one's the highest up in here, right? So this is probably around 50 or so, but we don't have the exact number. Okay? Now, what you can do is you can hover over the dots and give you the exact number here, but not the bars, right? So you can see up here, this is 44, this big dot here. That applies to this one here, right? So that's how you can do it. But this is just a general reference and guide. Now, watch though, if I zoom out, that number is going to change, right, to 90, okay, because there's more volume somewhere else. And then now that reference has changed. That's how it works, right? So let's go back to the ES and look at it, and you can see it's 600 here, right? Because there's so much more trading in the ES. Okay, guys, this is the make or break here for this. This is where we see precisely this pattern here. Okay, and we have a couple of different scenarios. So we do have the reversal. We have leg one. We have a pullback. Here's our leg two. Now, we've seen this, I don't know, going back since the beginning of Bookmap, really like 10 years, we were looking at this pattern in here. Mostly seeing it in crude oil, from what I remember, is that you get this kind of leg one. Leg two fails to follow through. Sellers come in, and we come back down mostly to POC, but a lot of times we get trend continuation to the other side of the range, and then also to the downside. Okay, and that the bigger trend continues. Okay, so that's what we're kind of looking for here, and starting to play out pretty nicely. Look at the selling. Look at the buying up in here. There's none. Very little. Okay, so I'm looking for sellers now. Okay, sellers should be able to drop this here, and there we go. There it is. Okay, now for a smaller time frame, I would be taking some off there and reduce the risk. Okay, that's me. We've got a few different levels of liquidity in here. I would reduce the risk and take some off. All right. So as you guys can see, we've got patterns all over the place. Okay, and this isn't hindsight. I mean, this is real time, and we know this pattern in here. In fact, here I got a video for it. I'll show you. Okay, now I'm looking for somewhere. I'm looking for a pullback in here, and that pullback will probably come back up to about this 86 area, and then we'll see if we get another move to the downside. Richard, how do you inherit the chart settings? Okay, so find the chart that you like all set up, right? So let's suppose it's the ESZ contract here. I've got my custom notes. I don't know, whatever you want to do in here. You know, maybe we configure this column in you know, some other way in here. Reverse it. You know, we have some different volume dot settings, whatever it might be, right? So now that's all set up. Now go to the chart where you want to show those configurations. Okay, and then just right click in here, not on anything, and then go to chart settings, inherit chart settings from, and then we're going to go to this ESZ5 contract here that we showed earlier. Select it, and then now you can see it replicates that chart configuration. All right. Let's jump back here. Okay, there's our pullback. Okay, so in fact, could be a nice little low volume pullback here. Let's see if we get our sellers right now. Maybe we get one more push higher to up to here. Boy, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to draw these lines really quickly here. I'm gonna delete them, and I'll draw them really. Okay, so we're looking for the pullback potentially to there. It could even come up to here, but I'm looking for this one here around 86.5 on the H contract, and then we're going to look for another break here. Okay, let's see sellers, and let's see it more sellers here. Not yet. Not yet. All right, sellers, let's see you take it down. And where can they take it here? I would look for this liquidity here at 73, maybe 70. Okay, that selling kind of dried up here, but we're down here still, and we got some buyers that are on the hook. All right, sellers, let's see you move it now. And these buyers should be stopped out. We should see a stop run to the downside then. Should be nice. Should be a nice move in here. Still finding buyers. There's no liquidity there though. There's some exhaustion. Now let's see if the sellers can come in again. Looking for them. This is not high probability because of this buying. I just want to see these buyers get squeezed to the downside, and I'm looking for the sellers to trap them. So I'm looking for them to move away pretty quickly here, and then squeeze them and then get the move down into about 73 by the swing down here. And it's not following through yet, or may not follow through. Big Daddy, what's the difference between TraderMap Lite and TraderMap Pro? I showed it earlier. It's the TraderMap Lite is you get only 3 settings, like standard, light, and like, here, let's just bring it up. And it only works on the ES, NQ, and RTY. Okay, so TraderMap Pro will work on any, yeah, here you get filter standard, high sensitivity, low sensitivity, right? Oh, I'm sorry, it works on ES, MES, NQ, and MNQ, and that's it. All right, TraderMap Pro, on the other hand, will work on any. It's a bot that you add here. You can see it's grayed out here, but it says this is for the ES because it's plain right now. I can pause it, but I'd rather not. You can give it a name here. You add the bot here. Here, we'll just do it for the NQ. Create a new one, let's select the NQ. Okay, NQH. We can give it a name if you want. We can add it here though. Filter, bot remover, and then see the slider in here. So I can move it around. I don't have 3 settings. I have multiple settings. And then we can select this and then press play, and then it pops up here. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we're right in the middle of the big high volume node in here. Maybe price is just kind of happy right in here, trading back and forth. I'm still looking for sellers to move it away from this area in here and revisit some of the high liquidity down below. Okay. Now, in order to move away from this area, as you guys know, we need to see a lot of sell volume. And that's just how it is. And do we see that? Do we see a lot of sellers accumulate on the offer first? Do we have trap traders in here that will be sellers down below? Buyers here that will be sellers down below? We certainly have them. Okay, so I'm looking for them to get squeezed here, and we don't have too much, liquidity that was filled on the offer. Gavin, we rolled over to the H contract. There's more volume now trading over there. Here, you can just look at the, go to CME Group and look at the contract spec. You can see it rolled over here, but I wouldn't trust that. It's nice they did that finally. Just look at the quotes, and then you can see the December and the March contracts here go across, and we can look at the volume here, right? And this is rolled. Okay, more volumes trading here on the March contract. Alois, I'm sorry I took it away from you again. He just finished and posted the comment there. Okay, you guys want to look at the NQ a bit more? Yeah, here we go. This looks good to me. I like this. There's our volume. Let's see these sellers now. I want to see them break it here. That's the volume I'm looking for. This is the back and forth we're looking for. Here is exhaustion, okay, by the buyers. I want to see these sellers now move it, okay? This is the kind of volume I'm looking for. And I'm not looking for a trap. I want to see these buyers in here rattled and start to cover. Okay, now we don't know. The trap might be on the sell side, but this looks pretty good to me. If we can get another kind of barrage down here on that sell side, we'll likely get that squeeze to the downside here into 73, 70, and maybe 65. So yeah, it looks like the sellers are going to get squeezed a little bit here. But look at this, all this high liquidity here. Yeah. So spoke a little too soon. This looked really good though. It tried 3 times. We have our exhaustion. We have selling here, and then the selling really picked up. That's what we're looking for. And then we're looking for follow through. We just came down below the swing and we did not get the follow through. Okay, so one more push to the upside here. And let's see if we get exhaustion again, and then maybe the selling comes back in. All right, so selling right below here is what I'm looking for. 82.5 looks pretty good. Come on, sellers. Nope, still buying. Okay, sellers here at 84.25. Let's see it. Let's see if we can get that. Boy, look at the little volatility back and forth in there. And guys, nothing high probability. Just looking for this to unfold. Can I show my contrast settings? Sure. So right click in here, heat map settings. Here we go. In fact, I'm just going to hit restore. So you can see that it's I'm on the default settings here. Okay, interesting move. Note how we have sellers still remain in control from this move here. Okay, we're looking for the retest back to this level here, and then the continuation. Okay, so we marked it up here, and then we did get that, and we got the move back down. Okay, now we marked it up this one. Maybe it would come up here. It has. Now let's see if that's enough here to find some sellers. Okay, now we have high liquidity here, high liquidity here. There's some exhaustion. Let's see if we can get these sellers now. Okay, they're bidding up here, so they're still kind of pushing, but I'm looking for the sellers, and I want to see these guys pull their liquidity here. There we go. Come on, sellers, and let's see you swing this here. All right, so now we got a lot of fuel here, and we're on the side of also some of this high liquidity in here. Okay, just actually still not seeing the sellers in here, still not getting that aggressive accumulation. Okay, we need to see that. We need to see those aggressors step up and start to move. If this is an important piece of the setup here, well, we don't really have a much of a setup here. Okay, just to let you guys know, but we're kind of paraphrasing a little bit on the trend line break and accumulation in here. Okay, here's our accumulation. The seller's in control in the bigger picture, well, on this time frame, and then we're looking for that aggressive accumulation. We're not getting it yet. Okay, we're looking for exhaustion was good. Exhaustion, looking for our sellers, starting to drop, and we just didn't get it. Yeah, this is the S&P E-mini, so this is the ES on the H contract here. Okay, the March contract. Okay, we came up and traded into another level of high liquidity here at 90. Okay, now that's 3 levels now. 1, 2, 3. Is there more buying? There's some exhaustion. I'm in this case right here. This looks really good to trade back down to here. Okay, there's exhaustion. We have the sellers on our side here. Now, can we get the aggressive? We're seeing some aggressive sellers in here. Okay, really, they have to step it up again. Exhaustion looks good. There it is again, exhaustion, right? But we need to see that big red dot here. There it is. Not, yeah, let's see it. Come on. All right. Well, not yet. Not yet. And this is what we're struggling with here, at least in this technical setup or environment here. It's the high volume node, right? We can't get away from this area right now. Here we go. Let's see it. Come on, sellers. Let's move it away. Test down to here. You know, the other end of the profile here. Okay, and the swing down here. Looks good. Selling looks good here. Let's see it. We've been waiting for this entire session. Back to the high volume node here. see if there's any more questions here. Steve, iceberg indicator suggests strong downward trend. Let's take a look. The iceberg indicator here. I'll have to jump over to the ES chart here, right, and then I can put it in here. I want to look at it on the sub chart. Okay, and we'll get rid of the CVD. Yeah, I don't see icebergs. You know, there's more selling in here, clearly, so far. Okay, and people getting stopped out. A lot of times, like, it depends on the environment, but Steve, what I have found is when you can get stops and icebergs going in the same direction, it can be really powerful move. It just means that you know, we see larger players selling, and we see smaller players getting stopped out. And this is looking really good here. If we can get enough volume though to move away from that high volume node, that's the key right now. That's what I see, you know, fighting here. It's this right here around this 84 level. Okay, can we get away from it? Okay, now that's going to be a squeeze to the upside, Steve. Jump back here. Should see a squeeze here. Stop run to the upside. Not much, actually, not much, but maybe above here then. Let's see if we can get a stop run above here at 90. There it is. There's our stop run. They might get another one as well. I saw your post earlier, Laura. How can you connect the demo account to the new contracts? Yeah, no, it shouldn't be a problem here. Let's show here. So we'll go in here and then well, here, hold on. First off, you're looking for the demo account here, and it's not going to show any data in here, Laura. So trading simulator is the add-on or the connection you need to make here, right? Now, I see what you're saying. It's not connecting. Okay, I'll reach out to support and development on that. They need to connect it. That's what's happening. Okay, so you'll have to still, if you want to trade, you're going to have to trade from the Z contract, basically. Yeah. So, you know, we're actually going off of the rollover period on Friday. Okay, that's what's happening. So, you know, we're not, it's kind of a little more challenging for us to look at, you know, something in here and then say like, okay, you know, the S&P is now rolling over. Okay, we just go with the actual expiry date and then we roll over, and then you will see the demo account here. Okay, guys, well, we're going to see a big squeeze here. We're already seeing it, but I don't know what I think of this move here. The swing up here looks pretty good. 6,900 looks pretty good, but volume looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm staying away from it. Rollover, high volume node down here. Let's go back to TraderMap Pro version. All right, trading the figure here in the H contract, 6,900. Okay, let's see if we can get a pullback here. Pullback maybe to around 96.5 here. And there's our pullback. All right, let's go over. So we looked at a bunch of things. We'll just kind of recap today. Looked at a bunch of different things in terms of technicals and continuation moves. Let's go back to the ES here. The potential here of this being leg one, leg two, false breakout, and then selling coming in. We did get that. And this is what it did, though. And this does happen here. A lot of times on the bigger trend, because of this strong move here, I was looking for the next leg down in the ES here. Is that you know, the selling looks pretty good in here. I would look for that to continue on down. Now, that said, that is part of this setup here. If you go to bookmap.com, education, and then the supply and demand setups in here. Okay, so as that mid-morning reversal failure here, this one that we look for. And I'll show you what it looks like. Right around here. Yeah, so you know your inverse head and shoulders here. Now, shoulder, head, shoulder, leg one, leg two fails, comes back in. Here's your high volume node here. In this case, look where the volume really came in and then moved it away. Okay, now we're looking for taking it down to some of this area to take some off of some profit. Okay, because we're looking for trading it down into the low here, and then take some off, but then look for the continuation and a measured move again. Okay, so this is what it looks like in the bigger picture, and that's what I was looking for today. And a lot of times, though, when you get a big move to the downside, you just get this high volume node down here, and it doesn't trend. Okay, that happens a lot as well, and that's I was looking for it to trend, and yeah, we didn't get it during this session. All right, so anyway, it's looking more like the reversal is trying to unfold here. All right, anyway, if the reversal unfolds, maybe we come back up and revisit some of these areas here. 10 looks pretty good with the swing and high liquidity. 22 and the swing up here also looks pretty good. Okay, on the H contract. I don't know. I'm not convinced. It's rollover. We have a lot of data later in the week. So it has to look good. If it doesn't, then I'm staying away. All right, let me see if there's any other questions. No. All right. And let me see in Discord, any questions? Nope. Good. All right. So if you're new here to Bookmap, come to these webinars. I can answer your questions. We have onboarding webinars 3 times a week. So no matter where you live in the world, you should be able to make it to one of them, and we can onboard you, get you connected to data, etc. Another thing, if you want to try Bookmap right now, this is a good time because we're having like 3 different sales here. 2 on Bookmap with data. One is 3 months for half off. Another one is 1 month for 60% off. And then we have 50% off the add-ons here. So if you are new and you want to try Bookmap, this is a great time. If you guys are new or old and you want to try some of the add-ons, this is also a great time with the sale of 50% off. See if you like the add-ons. And we haven't done that before. But it was highly requested, so we offered it. Let's see what else. Yeah, the blue jacket, and then the competition going on, and then also the pilot program. Guys, I will get in today and answer. I'll give you guys a lot of feedback. I saw it over the weekend, so I was busy this morning. So if you're new in the pilot program, you want some feedback, jump in there and I will answer it today. All right, so I saw a lot of really great stuff in there. You guys are doing really well, off to a really great start. This is what I'm talking about. If you're new, I think I showed it earlier. The pilot program about building an edge. Okay, this is included with your Bookmap Global or Global Plus subscription. Okay, it's very specific about building an edge, but with 1 or 2 setups and using the trading journal and being disciplined and building an edge. Okay, because a lot of traders, they know the setups, but they don't know how to build an edge. They don't know if they have an edge, and that's what this program is all about. And then let me show you where you go in here in Discord. Okay, and this is what I'm talking about, the pilot program. And Lo, good to see you back. Mr. Smiles has been doing fantastic work. Menger is new. Robert also always fantastic work. Matt also new. A new guy here, Rogue, yeah, anyway, Sakin as well, some really great work. Okay, so this is the journaling. Mr. Smiles is doing just great. This is the journaling and the feedback you're going to get from the community. So that's a great step. But what you're going to do is you're going to capture that in the trading web journal. as well. Okay, and you're going to have statistical quantifiable data in here, as well as a trading playbook you will be developing here in the notes column with all your markups in here. Okay, so that's what the program is all about. If you're interested, go to that pilot program and yeah, sign up and request access in Discord, and we'll give it to you. Okay. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. We will catch up with you tomorrow, and I'll get back to you guys in that pilot program. All right. Yep. Thanks for coming. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.